the major oil companies of the world are targeting and looking towards Guyana as the next destination. The opaque share of the oil market, that means, has gone down considerably, and it is still in the process of going down further. That Pakistan has got quite a large deposits of shale oil and shale gas, but unfortunately, we have not been able to tap it. Literally, where we were standing about 15, 20, 30 years back, we have gone much below that. There are quite a few things. Number one is that in most of the major oil countries, it is the national oil companies that are holding the assets. For instance, if you take Saudi Arabia, in Saudi Arabia, the entire oil assets, upstream oil assets, are held by Saudi Aramco. Similarly, let's say in United Arab Emirates, it's ADNOC, which is Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, which is holding all the oil assets. Global oil majors are always on the lookout for assets where they could get hold of. Now, there's no doubt, I have a firm confidence in it, that there is no lack of or no dearth of assets beneath the ground. The actual problem is finding them out and pulling them out of the earth and to get it distributed. So oil majors are always on lookout for all such avenues. Now, where could they go? Whosoever is willing to accept them. Now, Guyana has been very accommodating in that sense. And that is the reason a large number of oil majors, starting from ExxonMobil, Hess, China National Offshore Oil Company, CNOOC, everyone has targeted or is targeting Guyana. And not only these, but one could see Total, Petronas of Malaysia, and Qatar Energy. All of them are trying to buy stakes in Guyana because Guyana is welcoming them, is ready to proceed ahead, and is really keen to expand their oil assets and bring it online. So that is the basic reason why most of these oil majors, the major oil companies of the world, are targeting and looking towards Guyana as the next destination. It has got tremendous significance, tremendous, literally. And when I am using that word, I literally mean it. The reason being that as yet, the world has been largely dependent on Middle Eastern crude oil. Saudi Arabia has been the largest exporter of oil. But things have started to change. The global scenario has changed. Now, the United States of America, the US, is the largest producer and not exporter of oil today. Russia is number 2. Saudi Arabia is number 3. Iraq is number 4. Canada has forged ahead of Iraq in some senses right now. So the control of Middle Eastern oil companies on the oil markets is slowing down or is getting lower and lower. Now, keeping that in view, the opaque share of the oil market, that means, has gone down considerably, and it is still in the process of going down further. Now, if Guyana emerges and has already emerged on the energy scenario, on the global energy scenario, that means that the control of OPEC on the oil markets may recede further. So it has got a geopolitical aspect as well, that slowly and gradually the hold of the Middle Eastern countries on the oil markets has gone down and is still going down. Now, that does not mean, and one should not get confused in that sense, that this does not exactly mean that the Middle Eastern oil producers will be out of the market. No, not at all. Their oil would still be required, but they would not be able to control the geopolitics because of their oil assets. Their control of the geopolitics would also go down. So Guyana is adding or is aiding to that shift in geopolitical power that is taking place because of the shift of oil assets or of the oil shares into non-OPEC countries. There are in fact, we have been far ahead of all these countries, and it's a pity where Pakistan is down today. We have quite a number of lost decades in many senses. We were the ones who developed Pakistan Petroleum, which was now that was the largest deposit of gas that we brought it off. Pakistan is still, there have been reports I read about 8-10 years back that when the shale development has started to take back, that Pakistan has got quite a large deposits of shale oil and shale gas, especially shale gas in Balochistan and in other parts of the country. But unfortunately, we have not been able to tap it. Literally, where we were standing about 15, 20, 30 years back, we have gone much below that. That is a pity. Pakistan does not have the money. Pakistan needs to attract these oil majors. And how would these oil majors would come in? That if you put the right carrots in front of them. Pakistan does not have capacity to invest into this sector. Pakistan perhaps even does not have that technological experience and expertise and exposure to develop its own oil and energy assets. So Pakistan needs those, and that is an imperative. Now, no one is coming to Pakistan. No one wants to come to Pakistan. They are ready to go to Guyana, and this is what we need to learn, rather relearn from Guyana, that how to attract these oil majors, because that is perhaps the only way to give a fillip to Pakistan's output of energy, Pakistan's oil and gas production in the current days. We are an energy deficient country, and we need to develop our domestic production, and that is only possible today with exposure and the arrival and of these oil majors, and we need to attract them one way or the other.